Tata, the Indian automotive maker, which made its debut passenger commercial vehicle in 1988 with the launch of Tata Mobile 206 and the Tata Sierra in 1991. And Tata was one of the market leaders at early 1990s with the launch of Tata Sumo, Tata Safari, Tata Indica, which got a massive hit in the Indian market. Still, there are fanboys for the Tata Safari. After a long gap, we can say that the king of SUV maker has risen up with the new Tata Harrier. The Harrier has launched in January 2019. The only thing which it was lacking was some feel-good features and an automatic transmission. And thanks for hearing us, Tata. The Harrier 2020 has got those additional features like the massive panoramic sunroof with an automatic transmission. Is this Harrier worth the spend? Does it offer a good value for money? To all your questions get answered, watch this video and you will get to know about it. With that note, welcoming you again to Bumper to Bumper. With no delay, hit that subscribe button and also click the bell icon and follow us on Instagram to never miss any updates. This is the Tata Harrier. It gets only one engine option, which is the Cryotech 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine, which is a BS6 compliant. It produces around 170 bhp of power and 350 Nm of torque. It comes with 6-speed manual and automatic, which is a torque converter gearbox. You get only front disc and there is no rear disc at the back. The fuel tank capacity remains to be 50 liters and the fuel efficiency for Tata Harrier can come around between 9 to 15 km per liter depending on your driving and maintenance. For the size of the car, the number seems to be very reasonable. With no doubt, the Tata Harrier looks so strikingly bold and rugged. I will leave it to you about the looks. Let us know in comment section on your perspective about the looks. The exterior feels very good and it really looks like a Land Rover offering a car in 20 lakh budget. And yes, this Harrier is built on Omega Arc architecture, which is derived from Land Rover's legendary D8 platform. The front gets a piano black touch with chrome finish and the splitted headlamps, where the top performs as a DRL and indicators and the bottom represents the headlight, which is a xenon projector headlamps. But when compared to its rivals, the Harrier misses on LED lights, and also it doesn't have front parking sensors and parking cameras which its rivals offer. It would be a great offer if the Harrier gets an LED light. This facelift has got a dual-tone 17-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, and it also gets a massive gap between the tires and the body, which means it can go through any bad roads with no hesitation. The dual-tone color is available only on XZ and XZ Plus variants. The side proportions look so good with chrome linings, electrical turnable outside rear view mirrors, chrome door handles with request sensor, lower black cladding, and at some point it also looks like the Range Rover Velar. Onto the rear, it gets LED tail lamps, but the indicators aren't LED. The rear looks so good. You get rear parking sensors along with a rear camera. Okay, to sum it up, the Harrier looks so bold, and when compared to its rivals, it is the widest in its segment. The best thing about Harrier exterior is massive road presence, rugged looks, good tire profile and the build quality, while the Harrier misses on LED headlights, front parking sensors at this price point. And now it's time to get inside the Tata Harrier and explore out there. Tata has really took a great step in terms of design and the quality of interiors. The dashboard is very good, simple and not overdosed with design. It is so elegant, the looks, feel is very good. The cabin is so wide and you can feel that. The steering looks so rugged as like its size, and it is a leather wrap with steering control buttons obviously for modes, audio and cruise control. It also has voice commands. The instrument panel comes with part analog and digital, where the tachometer is analog and other part is 7-inch digital instrument cluster which provides many functions. The infotainment system, it is an 8.8-inch touchscreen which comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with voice recognition. It also gets JBL sound system with 4 speakers, 4 tweeters, 1 subwoofer with an amplifier. And the way the AC vent and infotainment system is placed is very nice, and the air conditioning here gets auto climate control. Below air conditioning there are controls for drive modes, fog lights and hazard lights, and further below there is the control for air conditioning. The lower dashboard design looks very good and design theme is well carried out. You get drive mode controls here, and the handbrakes gives us some feel like an aero throttle control. Coming to practicality in the front, you get USB aux ports and space underneath. There is a twin cup holder here. There is also space under front armrest, which is a cold storage, glove box which is very big in size. This Harrier also gets a huge panoramic sunroof in this facelift, which is a much needed add-on. The seats too offer a good comfort, and it is a leather upholstery which is a 6-way electrically adjustable with lumbar support. Now let's get back and see. With no doubt, the back seats has got a massive space. It offers great knee room, leg room, headroom. The seating comfort is also very good indeed. The seat is very wide, but an addition of center headrest will be good as 3 passengers can sit in this seat. Center armrest gets twin cup holders. Rear passengers get air conditioning on the B pillars. Then boot gets 425 liters. Boot is pretty flat, so loading and unloading is very easy, and this boot is second largest in its segment. Now to sum it up, the good thing about the Harrier interior is it feels so premium, quality is very good and upmarket, great seating comfort, best in practicality which offers 28 spaces. Only things which have been added up to this Harrier is a more bigger infotainment system and additionally ventilated cool seats, but that doesn't mark a priority to buyers. Apart from that, Harrier is a very satisfying interior and it also looks and feels good. One of the most important aspects one must look into when buying a car is safety. Tata Motors are moving ahead in terms of safety. Yes, the build quality both inside and outside is fabulous. It is so strong and solid with no doubt. The Harrier is built on Omega Arc architecture, which is a Land Rover's derived platform, which is a monocoque construction, which is another advantage because it doesn't offer a hefty amount of body roll like the one in body-on-frame SUVs. Thank you so much Tata again for that amazing build architecture. It also gets 6 airbags, electronic stability program which offers 14 additional functionalities. You also get auto dimming inside rear view mirror and fog lamps with cornering functions. The Tata Harrier is offered in 6 variants with the combination of both automatic and manual, which is XE, XM, XT, XT Plus, XZ and XZ Plus, where automatic transmission option is available in XM and XZ trims. The one we saw is the top of the line XZ8 dual tone, and coming by variants one by one, the XZ variant misses on panoramic sunroof, auto dimming inside rear view mirrors, and XZ gets normal 17-inch alloy wheels, not diamond cut alloy wheels, and apart from that, you get all the features from XZ Plus. Automatic variants are named as XZA and XZA Plus with only addition of automatic transmission. Next is the XT Plus variant. Compared to XZ, this XT gets an extra feature which is the panoramic sunroof, and from XZ, it misses on Xenon HID projector headlamps. It gets normal projector headlamps. The interior doesn't get leather seats and no leather wrapped steering wheel, and no ISOFIX child seat mounts, no hill descent control. It gets 6 speakers and not JBL sound system. Infotainment system gets only 7-inch touchscreen, no digital instrument cluster, it gets analog cluster. The XT trim only misses on panoramic sunroof when compared to XT Plus. The next is XM variant. Compared to XT, it misses on alloy wheels, reverse parking camera, no Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, no auto headlamps, no cruise control, no push start button for ignition. It gets manual AC control, no electrically turnable ORVMs, and the next is the base variant XE. Compared to XM, it misses on projector headlamps, front fog lamps, no touch infotainment display, no steering control buttons. And now take a look at the prices of the Tata Harrier with all the variants. Let's come to a point. Which is the best Tata Harrier variant to go for? Always, fully equipped vehicle is our personal choice because everything comes as a part of manufacturer add-on and you don't have to spend much for extra add-ons. But when it comes to value for money variant, the Harrier XT Plus remains to be the value for money variant because you get all the safety features, comfort features, and it really misses on very few equipments, but that is not so botherable too. Moving to service and maintenance, Tata has increased their after-sales support and improved a lot. Tata offers 2 free service, one at 10,000 km or 6 months and 20,000 km or 1 year. And the average maintenance for 5 years can come around between 40,000 rupees approximately. The parts availability are also easily available because it is Make in India product and you have a reasonable cost of maintenance too. Overall, you don't have to worry when it comes to maintenance and after-sales support. Now let's get driving the Harrier. This is Harrier 2-liter engine powering about 170 bhp and 350 Nm of torque. Comparing to pre-facelift version, Tata has worked on improving the noise levels and this Harrier feels more refined and smooth comparatively with this BS6 engine, and this engine produces 30 horsepower more than the pre-facelift version. The turbo lag is very well contained and it pushes strongly after 1800 rpm. The engine redlines around 5000 rpm. The engine performs very good from 1800 rpm to 3500 rpm, and after that engine feels a bit noisier. The shifts are very good in this automatic gearbox. Harrier also offers 3 driving modes: Eco, City and Sport. Being a front wheel drive SUV, it can also tackle a bit of off-road too. Driving comfort is very great with no doubt. As you get to sit in a higher position, the view is very clear outside, so city driving and tight traffic won't make you difficult. This Harrier is also a great driver's delight. Body roll is very minimal considering the size of the vehicle even on corners. Harrier is so solid that it can tackle all the bad roads, and it is purely made for our bad roads. It glides through potholes and bumps. Suspension is bit firmer and highway stability is very great. The steering is bit on heavier side, but that weight gives you enough confidence at high speed. The braking is also superb, but the feel from the brake pedals isn't connected. To sum it up, it is a great driver's delight car and great car for all sorts of usage. Okay, hope we saw enough about the Harrier. The best thing about the Tata Harrier is the strong build quality, bold and rugged looks, ride quality, safety, but things like front parking sensors, LED headlamps and a more interactive infotainment system with connected car tech will be a perfect recipe. But this Harrier is going to make a tough among its rivals, and if you are a person who wants a bigger SUV which can take all bad roads and little off-roads, this Harrier is the way to go. And thank you so much for watching the video. Please do give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that bell icon. Let's experience another car in another video. Until then, bye and take care.